Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, so finally put a headband in to keep my hair out of my face for whatever reason. Today, not my hair day. That's okay. I'm Scorpio. I'm used to that. Okay, so I did meditate and kind of leave the cards in. And now the dog is like, hey, I can't get in. It's just savage. Come on. Alright, sorry. I was doing some cleaning in between uploads. Okay. So, I had a tricky time trying to figure out which deck to use for you. I'm like, Sagi, multi-dimensional, philosophical, and for whatever reason, the Illuminated Tarot. Okay, well, I'm like, I never use this deck. But the cool thing about this deck is that you can use it for playing cards. Cool, huh? Okay. So, like, you could play a hand of poker with these cards. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Says 53 cards for divination. And gameplay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. What are we doing? Got my hands on some lovely alabasters. We got black eye and just a little mushroom. Okay. Sagi, what's happening with the lovely little new year we have? Sagittarius, highest good of all. What does Sagittarius need to hear from the universe right now? Love, support, how to keep authentic, how to get authentic. Oop, there it is. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I might need the book for this. This is the 5 of Diamonds, which is 5 of Pentacles. He's got 3 in his crown and 2 in the keys. Then you have, the 10 of Cups, 10 of Hearts. And the 9 of Clubs, which is... This also looks like the Sun card, which is why I'm going to have to get out, because they have a combo, because it's just a weird thing. The Hierophant. Okay, tradition, spiritual, authority, deception. This is the other reason why I bought this deck, is because I'm like, finally somebody got the friggin' Hierophant right. Okay, so the air is just silent, because why not screw with people's brains? The air, and then the O. O is symbol for spirit. Ancient symbol for spirit is the circle. Okay, O, and the font, the phantom, the illusion. So it's the air to the I, spirit, of illusion. Okay, so Hierophant is spiritually manipulating you into giving up your spirit. So, tradition, spiritual, authority, deception. Now, that's leading your read. Darling, darling, darling. And 10 of Cups is back here. Let's look up the 9 of Clubs, because that is the sun. That's what I thought. I was like, is this the sun or the moon? This isn't really color-coded deck as typical, but I was like, it's either the sun or the moon. Not speaking on it until I look it up. And clarity, simplicity, and new life. Okay. So this would... Okay, so for those of you who don't know what clubs are, it's the wands, the little sticky things that are in here. So the 9 of Wands, which means... being protected. Healing and being protected at the same time. This is why I love you, Sagi. You're like, let me throw you a loop, darling. Darling. Were you getting bored? Let me throw you my piece of philosophical. That's okay. I'm a Sagittarius, Ascendian, and Stellium. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Anything else? What's at the roots of the read? Okay. All right. Okay, how about this? What's at the foundation of the read? Why did you have to pick such a tricky deck? All right, thank you. Okay, so this is at the foundation of the read. The 5 of Spades, which is swords. Swords! 5 of Swords. 0, which is the Fool, otherwise known as the Joker. And then the Fool. The 4 of Clubs. The 4 of Wands. Celebration. Okay, so you're not showing your hand. Let me... I'm trying to give people the illusion that you're claiming this authority figure, when in actuality you're not. Sagittarius, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have clarifieds all shuffled and lined up and zooped up with your energy. Sagittarius, what are you doing? What you doing? I'm gonna Nancy Drew this out. Okay, so what this feels like is that 5 of Pentacles is like leaving out in the cold. 5, you got 2. This is Deceptionville Central. You are working behind the scenes with something that you're not telling anybody about. I don't think it's malevolent. I think you're trying to protect yourself. So are you telling yourself you're of some sort of hierarchy, Hierophant, regale system, religion, when you're actually not? And that's, you're finding your happiness through that? By lying to people about what cards you're actually holding in your hand? Go figure, it doesn't stick on me. Alright, fine. I had to try it. I had to see if it'd stick. Okay. They're my cards. I can lick them if I want. Okay. Sagittarius. I am in a freaking mood today. In a mood. It's not a bad mood. No. Alright. Outcomes. I'm not saying you can't. I understand the need to protect yourself and celebrate and just kind of... There's a gap in here, darling. There's a hole right here. I'm going to figure out what you want to do. Oh, there it is. Here, Ace of Cups. Ta-da! Okay. So you're not... Okay, so there's the 4 of Cups, rejecting all the emotional BS. And the Ace of Clubs, following your desires. Okay. Rest of the read. Ready, set. Ooh. 10 of Clubs, 10 of Wands, carrying a lot. Usually comes. So, 10 of Clubs, when you, Leo had just like a slender thread of a similar tone to their read, you understand. You understand this. You know exactly what the fuck you're doing and what that guy's running. You know exactly what that game is that they're running. Whoever, whatever hierarchy you're dealing with right now. And you see dead through it. You're not partaking. But you're telling people. You're not necessarily telling them, but you're giving them the impression that you are. Maybe you use the G word or the J word. Maybe you use the A word. Maybe you cite some things from particular scriptures. Sagi. Okay, love you. Last one. Last one. What's the final outcome for Sagittarius running this energy? Thank you. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. You're going to do it yourself. Okay. So you're hell-bent on handling this by yourself. Totally understand that. That's the ultimate right there, is telling that guy where to stick it. Ooh, child. Sagittarius about to tell somebody what time it is. Ooh. Record it, put it on social media. I want to see it. We do need a little bit more, whatchamacallit there. So this deception thing, though, is for your own protection, but eventually it's going to come. It's going to come, baby. You're going to have to say something. You're going to have to show your cards. Okay, love you, bye. Okay. I understand it's for your protection. And this would be lighter if you could just release those energies that are attached to those. And energies are also people. People are energy. Okay. I did, and it's lovely. It's not easy, but it's freer, lighter, freer. This, you're carrying a heavy load. Carrying it. Okay. Let's get this Hierophant called out here. Let's get some clarification. Okay. Of course it fell out the bottom of the deck. They know not what they do because they refuse to look at it. Okay, so you got the Three of Embers. So you're being pulled here. You're being pulled by Spirit. Let me show you the card. I'm just going to let this card speak for itself. And by gum, if I did not redo my freaking nail polish yesterday and then mucked it up again and then didn't get a chance to read. Okay. Six of Lotuses. Six of Cups. Probably from childhood. Dun, 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 dun. The Fighter. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's Sagittarius. And the Shapeshifter. Darling. What did I tell you? You're giving the impression that you're something and you're something else. That's not Sagittarius. Fine, darling. You can believe whatever you like, but I am who I am. You don't get to know. Bye. You're so cute, Sagittarius. I love it. I'm a Sagittarius rising. You know what? I get it. I do. But it feels like maybe these people aren't as close as maybe these people aren't as close to you as they think they are. Or maybe other people have the impression that you're closer to these people than you actually are. Yeah. Okay, where's the Shapeshifter? Where'd he go? Pick it away. Son of a monkey's butt nugget. Shapeshifter is the Knight of Fire. So this is an oracle deck. It's not traditional tarot, but it still has like the numbers and whatnot. It's like a tarot deck, but it's completely different. So it's beloved, malleable, and favorable. Imagine that. The Fighter is the Knight of Air. Impulsive, vengeful, and quick to act. Ooh, child. Okay, so that's where your little okay. I get that energy because it comes right after the Six of Lotuses, which everybody's childhood gives them this sacred ability to spit fire. We all do it. We all fucking do it. It's okay. Spit fire. Okay. That's so great. Alright. 5 of Swords, or in this case, Spades. 5 of Shovels, darling. digging one's own grave. Alright, Sagi. How do we get through this deception? How do you want to get through this? 3 of trees. That's trees in this oracle are pentacles. So you need to work with some other people. Maybe behind the scenes. 9 of Cups. Keep your emotional sovereignty. That came out a little bit like wonky-ish. Just saying, keep your sovereignty, especially when it comes to your emotions. My darling, precious little dragoon spitfires. Okay. And then you have the 6 of trees, which is the 6 of pentacles. Equal give and take. Okay, so you've got... So you're looking to work with people. 3 of pentacles. Even though it says trees on here. Work with people of the same mindset of equal give and take, and that's maybe where you find your emotional sovereignty and your emotional stability, is working with people that share the same value structure, same resource pattern. I don't know, but that's how you're going to find your emotional stability here too. Okay, so this is about equal give and take. People you can... So the new, I hate using that word now because everybody uses the word new and just abuses it. Like, it's new age. It's the new way. It's the new word order. Whatever the fuck it is, okay? Whatever it is. It's fresh. Okay. That's gonna get torn apart too. Alright, Sagi, fine. Whatever you want to use. It is the discovering. How about that? It's the discovering of the new way forward. Of a different path forward. Okay. If you can't work with the energies that you're experiencing, there will be no love. And we get into these paradigms and these relationships where nothing works. And we insist that because we're emotionally invested that this is love. And it's not. If you are not compatible with someone, if you can't get that rubber to meet the road and drive it forward, it is nothing. It is nothing but a shithole lesson that you don't need to learn. Walk away. Okay? So when we experience pain and discomfort, it is telling us that there's something very wrong in our environment and within ourselves, that we're resonating with that environmental source. Hence why our environment is so shit right now. We've been disenfranchised. Now my Spitfire's coming out. Lied to and given this stupid illusion that because it resonates on some level and provides us some sort of very short-term fulfillment, that it is the pathway forward and that life is suffering. Yeah, Buddhists, I'm coming for your ass too. Okay. No. Pain means, hey, are you going to self-abandon again? Are you going to do this to yourself? Are you really going to do... Okay, well, this is the way to enlightenment. It's not. It isn't. It never has been and it never will be. Under any circumstances. We have enough to deal with as humans trying to get through this constant rat and cage treatment. Okay? We have enough to deal with. We don't need people in our face telling us that this is what we deserve, that this is how it's supposed to be. How the authority said that this was supposed to freaking fall in line, because nothing's falling in line. Nothing is falling in line. You're either falling off or falling out. No. This is a lie. This is an illusion. What are you going to do? Okay? So the actual way to produce this hold up, wait a minute, where did it go? Take it away. what you desire, the actual way to produce this lovely energy you have going, right, is to do it yourself, to find it within. Then you bring the celebration forward. But conning your emotional state with the Four of Cups here, Four of Hearts, is not the way to do it. And that is how these people operate. Remember, in the traditional tarot deck, it's the hand of God appearing out of a popcorn. I saw that meme the other day and I was like, that is so true. It's popcorn giving you a cup. You're like, no thanks. You're gonna, no. So the idea is that this cup is coming from you, to you from the divine, in a hierophant sort of way. Oh, look at this magical divine cup that I have, blah, 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 blah. Not if that energy is attached to it. Ew. Okay? So, no. You say no. Say no to the cup. Okay? Which automatically puts you into this mode because, ooh, child, you go after the J word or the G word or the A word, people lose it. It's just like a meth head being cut off of their supply because that's what it secretes in their system. All right, Saggy, ready? Rubber meeting the road. I don't know if you've seen this lovely little video I put out a long time ago. Trauma binds. Religion. Regale. Which translates from Latin into bind again fast. It's a binding spell. Trauma bond. Has a real chemical reaction in our body. The threat, whether it's perceived or real, the threat of anything, eternal damnation, death, abandonment from the tribe, whatever the hell it is, perception of threat even. And you don't need to get it from your news or someone attacking you in a public area or the person you're living with tormenting you. You don't need to get it from there. You can read about it in your holy belief book. Okay? Secretes cortisol and adrenaline into the system. Okay? Not good. Not good. We have enough of that on the world stage as it is. We don't need any extra. But we're getting it from all angles anyway. Okay? So then, when you don't actually die, though, it's like that movie, The Hangover. But did you die? But did you die? Then you get this lovely little release of serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, and dopamine. Okay, and that mixes in your central nervous system. One hell of a man-made addictive substance created by you. Which is why they act so literally when their supply is threatened to be cut off. Love you, Sagi. But I see why you're protecting yourself. I totally understand. I totally get it. Let's get... Okay. Let's do this. Where... Oh, I mucked it all up. Okay. So these two cards and this one. Okay. Those are one ask. And these... Okay. What is Sagittarius? There's the wands. Okay. We got the wands. And then we got the cup and the happiness. Independent... balance, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So anything, I'm going to get this for, what is Sagittarius weakness when it comes to this Four of Cups? Is anything threatening Saggy when it comes to being offered a cup? How does Sagittarius best work their way through this cup being offered? The Phoenix. What did I say about spitting fire? So you just rise from whatever ashes you leave behind when you spit your fire. Oop, there's the Seven of Lotuses. You have other choices. You have a whole plethora of ways to deal with this and other pathways to take. So just rise like a phoenix from those ashes because it will have to eventually get there. All right, wands. What does Sagittarius desire? Ha! Minimum. Rebirth. And to be protected. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're busy over here behind the scenes trying to rebirth. Okay, there you got the Phoenix and Death here, which is Scorpio. Scorpio's final transformation is from the ego into the Phoenix, which is constantly rebirthing itself. It's like we volunteer as tribute. So when this comes in, this cycle is beginning to manifest here, and it's actually what you desire, but you want to be protected while you're doing it, because the first couple times you go through this process, it is you very, very vulnerable. You feel extremely vulnerable. You're like, I have no defense here. Like, I have just scraped myself down to the bare minimum. And as lovely and as light and as freeing as that feels, you're still pretty raw. Okay, so you want it pretty raw. You're like, okay, I'm just going to build myself a little hut. I'm going to stay here until my skin gets a little thicker. All right, let's see the final outcome. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody shame you into, being, whatchamacallit. But then you will get to the point where you just cycle. Even through a conversation, somebody will give you a backhanded compliment. And you'll be like, okay, just going to rebirth right out of it. I'm not even going to bother spitting my fire at your wasted breath of an ass. You know what? So it happens. It happens a lot. More than most people realize. So there's your Four of Embers again. Just keep celebrating the Crow and the Eight of Trees, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, keep working at it. Keep seeking out that wisdom within yourself. Crows are there to remind you that this comes from within, and that's what you resonate with. Think of Odin and his crows. It's like they were shards of his own soul, is how I look at it. So when you're dealing with that energetic pattern, and again, I don't adhere to any mythology or I don't worship anything, but it's an energetic pattern. Okay. So this is not too different. But the Odin thing is not too different from this. But what they did with it is take this and put like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. That's what they did with Odin's crows. Okay, so you're going to have to seek that inner wisdom and keep working at it, and then celebrating your progress, celebrating how far you've come, because this is a lot. You just need to be protected from the people that you have yet to start to arm yourself against, and maybe seek out some videos where different people are confronting, or not necessarily always confronting, but explaining and counterbalancing the apologist narrative, right? How things are not meeting, the rubber's not meeting the road, okay? And you already see it, you already know it's there, but it's good to have that validation from an outside source, okay? What else? Am I missing anything? No. Okay. Let's get you... Oracle. Okay, I am gonna go with Queen Mob. You need some like heavy duty empowerment here. And again, if you're a male, it doesn't matter. The dark feminine is rising, and when I say dark, it just means the unknown. Light is what we know. So if light touches it, we can see it. So as many of the most atrocious things on the planet that you know about. And if you're here, I'm going to make the wild assumption, you know. So all the atrocious, disgusting things that are happening to children and women and men and babies and all of these unfortunate souls, that's in the light. You can see that. Okay. Now you can't see it. That's in the dark. It's the unknown. Okay, so we need to treat this as something new that we need to explore. And then decide, once we feel comfortable exploring the dark, how to bring things out of it. How to either remember or discover or innovate, invent new ways to move forward through the unknown. Okay? That's what that means. People get that. There's, again, on my channel, we don't do good and evil. We don't do bad and wrong. We do fear and we do love. Okay. Are you going to let the dark feminine put you in a state of fear, or are you going to bring love to it? See how the outcomes could drastically be different? There it is, right out of the subconscious. All right, Sagi. Just that one? Okay. Darkness as a bride. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Ooh, number 9. There's your defense. Your protection. Oh no, I forgot this deck has a... I hate this. Okay, there we go. We're back on track. All right. Be adaptable. That is the key to survival. Adaptability. Be adaptable. Descend into the depths. I was there, and I know. The goddess Persephone was not abducted by Hades. She went willing to marry her love. She, being crowned queen of the underworld, was her cherished destiny. It is true that for half the year she stays in the summer land, bathing in the sunlight, walking barefoot in the green meadows, and wearing flowers in her hair. But it is also true that during this time, the spring equinox until the fall equinox, she secretly pines for her shadowy realm. She is most in her element when she reigns over the dark domain. The lush and velvet darkness is her home. You can learn much from Persephone's fluid adaptability and the fearless delight she takes in the dark. Persephone is well versed in eternity. She also does not shrink away from the obvious truths human soul methodically attempt to deny. She can sit with a dying man and unflinching with compassion hold his hand. She can hold a crying mother who is grieving for her only child. When spirit leaves the body, she can pick up that spirit and violently carry it through the veil. For mortals, your kind can be bizarrely squeamish about mortality. When the sun is shining brightly in the sky, you can almost make yourself believe that death is a tragedy and that it will not befall you, only other people. Perhaps not your children, not your partner, but not your friends, perhaps others. And so you do not live fully with the experience of winter. How can you appreciate the spring? And then, without soaking in the sensory of beauty of the summer, how can you pass into the fall with serene satisfaction?